And with a record of 21-61 last year, it's like they're about to, play par. Uh, we had the Los Angeles Lakers as the 13th best, third worst team in the NBA, with additions of Brandon Bass, Roy Hibbert, Julius Randle, if you count, he was injured, D'Angelo Russell, second overall pick, and last year's sixth man of the year, Lou Williams, as long with the losses of Ed Davis, Jordan Hill, and Jeremy Lin. That's a lot of rotation. The Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe's back, hopefully healthy. Justin, do you trust this squad? Because I see talent, and I think that has to be the biggest question.
I'll say this. I think the Lakers had a very under-the-radar, solid offseason. I like the additions of Roy Hibbert. Brandon Bass is going to help them out. Lou Williams is going to give them a scoring punch. Really, really, really like that D'Angelo Russell pick. I think Randall and Hibbert's going to be a good tandem moving forward. What always freaks me out when I look at this Lakers squad is I just see so many things that can get in the way. Whether it be on the perimeter, you have Kobe Bryant, who... we saw it last year. He was a complete liability. His shooting numbers were actually worse than Ricky Rubio last year, and he was someone that led the league in scoring just by sheer volume. So if he recognizes where he's at in his career and can give the Lakers 20-25 minutes of high production, that might help them out, but it just doesn't seem realistic with someone as competitive as Kobe Bryant. You also have Nick Young and Lou Williams that could hijack the offense, and you have Byron Scott running the show. So there's just so many factors there that even though this team could potentially be good, and I like the pieces that they have, I just think it's going to get mismanaged, and there's too much volatility there for me to believe in them in such a tough Western Conference.
Exactly, and speaking of volatility, the one player I somehow left off this list is Meta World Peace making his way back.
It's not guaranteed yet. I love that it's.
We'll see. I'm kind of hoping he's there. I just miss him. So what I'm hearing here is that it's the coach. Like if you had a different coach, you can pick your poison of who you want, I guess. But do you think this squad with a more ideal coach is a team that, like Russell and Kobe are saying, could make the playoffs?
No, you could have Red Auerbach there or Phil Jackson as the assistant coach as well, and I don't think you would make it. We've seen with Kobe in the past, it doesn't matter who's coaching him. He's had one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's going to do what he's going to do. When Phil Jackson stepped away from the game the first time, you wrote a book and kind of wrote about how difficult Kobe Bryant can be. In those losing years, Kobe was demanding to be traded to the Clippers and stuff like that, and this isn't even close to the same Kobe. He's at this point, he's a liability and isn't really willing to accept that. Even if they had absolutely everything clicking 100%, I still don't think it's enough talent to make it in the West. I think you have 7 teams in the West that are basically locks to make playoffs, and then you got teams that are far more talented. I'll put even Sacramento, Phoenix, Dallas, Utah, all competing for that 8th seed. I just can't see any scenario where this Lakers team is capable of making playoffs. Which is unfortunate for them because they don't own their first round pick. It's going to be going to the Sixers.
Oh, you gotta love the Sam Hinkie moves. Okay, so I have 2 quick questions for you. The first is a yes or no. A, does Roy Hibbert come back and have a decent season? Yes or no? And B, out of Julius Randle, D'Angelo Russell, and Jordan Clarkson, who's the best player for them next year?
I think Roy Hibbert's going to do exactly what he needs to do, which is defend, protect the rim, and rebound. He was still doing those things at a high level. He was asked to do too much offensively. When it comes to the offensive side of the floor, you might as well Photoshop the crying Jordan face on top of him all game, because he's not going to be touching that ball, especially with those ball-dominant wings. So I think that's going to be a little disappointing for him. In regards to which of their young players do I think is going to be the best next season, I'm going to say D'Angelo Russell. I think Randall is obviously the second best out of that tandem, but big men we do see take a long time to make an impact in the NBA. I'm always a believer in that. Even if they impact the game well in one way, they usually have deficiencies, whereas we see guards come in and make an immediate impact, like Kyrie Irving, Damian Lillard, John Wall. Like, these point guards come out of college and they're ready to make an impact right away, and I think that's going to be the case with D'Angelo Russell. And Clarkson, we still need to see if he was just a looter in the riot last year or if it's something substantial. I think the truth's probably somewhere in the middle, but I don't think he's anywhere close to being the type of player that D'Angelo Russell is.
I think I agree with you on some level. I kind of like Clarkson's defense a little bit more, but I think on any other team I would agree with the rationale between Randall and Russell, except that they have Kobe, so I don't trust that Russell's going to get the ball as much as he should for that justification to make sense. But at the same point, like, I just look at a trio of Lou Williams, Nick Young, and Kobe Bryant, and I'm just like, that is a loss. Like, right there. Like, as much as I can see their talent and everything, like that shooting percentage is going to be terrible. Like these guys are going to be like I can honestly see Hibbert and or Randall having giant rebounding numbers this year, like fantastic numbers, just because they're going to turn around and just bombs away from every triple team. And I think this team is going to shoot a really, really, really low percentage as a team this year. Can you see that happening?
There's certainly the potential for that. We don't know how healthy Kobe Bryant's going to be, though. I mean, what I really want to see is Kobe Bryant playing in a limited role, healthy, playing efficiently in that reduced role, and kind of accepting where he is. I think that'd be really nice, especially if this is, in fact, his farewell tour. But as we've seen over the past few seasons, he can't stay on the floor. So if he were to go down, hopefully he doesn't, I think there's potential for them to shoot a little bit better. But with Byron Scott's leadership, I think that there's too much potential for guys like Lou Williams, Nick Young to hijack the offense. So I tend to agree with you.
Yeah, it's going to be a interesting time in Tinseltown. Anyways, let us know what you guys think. Los Angeles Lakers, we have them 13th best in the Western Conference. Where do you guys have them? Justin and I, worst to first. Let us know.